Yeah, I got my whole setup. I just didn't have time to get it all put together right now. So we're just going to do it this way. I think this way is okay. As long as you guys can hear me okay.
Yes, sir.
Ooh. Um, I've been on the way here on the plane and stuff. Um, I found some really, I was like just going through some cool stuff in my notes and like, I'm pretty pumped about like just taking things to another level inside of Build Lab, and then getting it uh, just more. Number one, I want to do a Zoom to like my email list. Like I want to put out a Zoom and get just people that are not part of Build Lab. You guys can get on it too. I think it'd be cool if you did, but just let prospects get on and try that out and see what happens there. I've done stuff like that before. It usually either bombs or it does pretty good. I am going to start once I get Build Lab finished, and then I'm going to start going back through it and minimizing things, and I'm going to get Build Lab really dialed in tight to where I still feel like it's like extremely sloppy. And I want, once I get all the videos in there, once it's complete, as far as like all the pillars and modules and everything are done, then I'm going to go back through and start like cleaning everything up, tightening it up even more, making it more efficient, and then really just working, really tight with everybody to hopefully get more people on the calls. But I want to get you guys having success. Like I need you guys to be performing, and I want to help you guys get members and start growing and get this thing going so that we've got some really great testimonials. And then I'd like to interview some of you guys and just talk about your journey to getting to your first 10 or 20 members or whatever. And then as you progress, some of you guys will become like the leaders inside of the group. I know when I did the martial arts growth thing, that happened and it made a big difference to everybody else. It just pushes people, because you see other people doing it and you're like not wanting to be left behind. And then it makes it more real for you. So I really, over the next 90 days, I want to focus on that a lot. And then I want to really just work on creating an awesome affiliate program for you guys. So like, as long as and everything that I'm going to be doing, I, suspect or expect that you guys would just model that and take it from it, like, here, do this as well. It works, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to be testing some new landing page stuff, some website stuff. I'm going to be testing some new email follow-up stuff. I'm going to be testing different content strategies, and I'm just going to really just keep refining it down, but then create an affiliate program with Build Lab. So like, as long as you're a paying member and you bring somebody into Build Lab, let's say, as long as they're, you'll get 50% commission on them. So if they're paying, let's say $97 a month, you'll get half of that as long as you're a paying member. Right. So it's just a little extra something there, and then I would probably suggest that you do that too, with your own thing. And then I just really want to break down the system more to make it more clean, easier to implement. And just really, so you have like, I want it to be very like you're putting together an entertainment center, right? For your bedroom or something, right? I want it to be very like step one, you know, put it together, step two, and it's just really clean and simple, you know, because this thing really, you know, at the end of the day, it really is simple. You're creating brand awareness with content, and you know, you, of course you can do, you know, paid ads and things like that, but we're doing content to get brand awareness, and then we're taking that audience and we're monetizing it, and then we're creating a good product that people actually want to buy. And you know, you keep improving the product, you keep improving the experience. But I really want to create something that you guys can model really deeply. Like, I want to have a getting started part in there. Pretty soon, the other build lab, the beta is going to come out, and there'll just be the one build lab in there. And then there'll be like a getting started. And then what I thought about doing is in the game side of things with Skool, like the gamification part, the leaderboard thing. I think at level 7, I'm going to put together something where it's like you get 5, like, or 3 or whatever it is, like hardcore one-to-one like Zooms with me, where we're not doing anything besides just building and like refining and like really getting something dialed in. You know, it's no goofing around or anything, you know, it's just really like get in there, get our hands dirty and get something built out, you know, get whatever it is, right? So I think that that's important for you guys to do as well. But I want to interview you guys more. I feel like there's a place where that needs to happen, because one thing that I really feel like is missing, and that doesn't allow people to get started in something like this, is they just don't have enough, you know, let's say examples, or they don't have enough
case studies.
Yeah, they just don't know what. I don't think most people even have a clue how this info thing works, you know, how this paid subscription program thing works. You know, I think it gets way overcomplicated. And I think people put way too much seriousness into it. Like, they're just like, oh, you know, like it's this, you know, serious thing. And not that it's not that it's not a serious thing. It's just that all your, you know, it's just, we're just helping people in the way that we're best at it. And as long as you have a system in place to be able to bring it across to them, like, you know, Sahil, you're building out your curriculum. And that part can be hard, you know, to sit down and just create a curriculum can be very difficult, especially if you've never bird's eye view your own process. And I've even heard, there was a guy that wrote a book. It was about like systems and stuff like that. He said that what he did is he actually hired somebody to just literally like almost just like watch everything that he did for like 90 days. They didn't really do anything for him besides just observe what he did. And they took notes, and they just basically like created the routine. And then he would record his screen. And he said he paid somebody, you know, like probably overseas or whatever, you know what I mean? Or, you know, paid somebody.
A VA.
Yeah, VA. And they would take the recordings and they would break it down into like screenshotted steps. And it was just, he would record his screen for like hours at a time. And they would take it and meticulously go through and just kind of take all the hum and hose out of it. And it wasn't like, you know, it was just him working in his own office by himself with nobody. He wasn't doing like Zooms. He was just working on his computer, recording the whole screen. They said it was just a nightmare to go through it because of all the tabs, and you're flipping in and out of things, and just, you know, it's just, because when you're in it and you're by yourself and you're working, it's like there's shit flying everywhere, at least for me, because I'm like in and out of pages and tabs and I'm doing stuff. And like, But no, on the plane ride, I got up at like 3 o'clock this morning, fell back asleep till like 3:30. Woke up, I was like, oh shit, because the Uber was gonna be there at like 4:30. And then I got up and I'm all like, oh, because I didn't go to bed till like 11 because I was just doing shit, like, how it goes. So I got like a few hours of sleep. Sometimes when you're like lack of sleep, you have these like, these like third eye moments, you know. And you just get different clarity. I think when you get thrown into a different atmosphere, a different routine for, brief moments, it really helps to do that. I want to show you guys this little pad we're staying in. It's pretty slick. I don't know how much it is a night. I don't know. It's like, I think it's like 700 a night or something. But it's a 4-bedroom freaking house. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a freaking hotel room. So this is one room, and then we'll get to the shit. Okay. I just want to give you a little. So this room has like a pretty cool wallpaper wall. And then cool little like basic kitchen. This area is pretty cool. And there's like a little
patio
deck area, and then the stairs area is pretty awesome. Look at that.
Ooh, that's cool.
Like got a piano. This freaking like, how'd you turn that fireplace on? One of these?
No, the same thing down there on the right.
Oh, you got to go down and do it that way, huh? Well, anyway, got a pretty cool like.
Just walk right on out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I should probably just go out there. There's the runner himself.
What up?
And then there's. Yeah, I mean, it's not crazy, but I mean, we're just.
The funny thing
There's more
is someone
like-
probably has a
What's up?
course on how to do the person who owns that Airbnb probably has a course on how to do Airbnbs, or probably took a course on how to do Airbnbs.
Yeah, no, I know. Shit, I'm gonna set out here. The backyard's kind of cool. I don't know, it's pretty basic, man. It's a freaking, but kind of cool. Shit, it's freaking nice out there.
I'm like choking on the wildfire smoke out here in Maryland today.
Oh yeah, you guys are freaking. Oh, and how far is Maryland from New York and all that?
It's 3 hours, but it's like 3 long hours to drive up there. Traffic and tolls and stuff. But yeah, it was congregating in New York yesterday, and then it flowed down to us. It was bad. It was like on the little index on the iPhone, the air quality index, it was halfway.
Oh, shit.
And I've never seen it up that high. Usually it stays around 50 to 70.
Yeah. Can you guys excuse me? I just want to grab a bottle of water. I'm like about to swallow my tongue. Think of your questions, though. I really want to get constructive here and do something. So.
It was kind of like that over here in California, Bishan, when the wildfires were happening a lot in California. There was a place called Paradise, like an hour and 20 minutes north of here, and that whole town burned down. And
That's crazy.
They made a Netflix. I don't know if it was Netflix or where, but they made a documentary on it. And they basically, the California funded like the new buildings for the school and stuff like that. But it was crazy because it was called Paradise, but it looked like hell when it was burning.
Yeah. I was all into like journalism when I lived in California. So I was always up on the wildfire stuff. And then it just got too much. There was like too many that one year. I was like,
yep.
I can't keep up with this anymore.
It was scary. Yeah, it was scary to live here when that was all happening.
Okay. I'm back. So anyway, what I want to just let you guys know is that a lot of the BS is out of the way with crap. What a miserable, like little, not in a negative way. It was just chaotic, but one thing that I looked back at some of my content, and it was really, I was like, I do this sometimes and it's very like monotonous, but it really helps. I've never done it and regretted it. It's kind of like working out or something. But like, I'll go through all my content and I'll go through all the things that cause some sort of like action in a positive towards what we want, move the needle in some way, shape, or form, or obviously caused a sale or something or another, right? And when I look back at all my content and just when I think about different things that I do in these Zooms and stuff like that, when you go to create the content, I used to, in the beginning, I would really try to teach a lot because it was like, it was always received very well, but it didn't convert a whole lot, right? And I just have a natural kind of salesman to me. So like, I naturally like kind of get to the point that I'm trying to get to some way, shape, or form. I've just naturally always been kind of a salesman. I think I just got in trouble a lot when I was little and always had to get myself out of a jam. And I just learned how to like persuade and influence in that way. And I just kind of have that personality type. Like, I don't know if it's like, I love attention or what it is. Some people are like, oh, you got to be the center of attention. I'm like, no, I don't know what it is. I just like to be active in the room with whoever's there, and I like to engage with things. But through that, what I found was the stuff that actually worked very well was when I was helping somebody have like an aha moment. And I was giving more examples, almost like because I feel like I think people naturally say to themselves, oh, give me anything and enough time and focus and I'll figure it out, right? It's like, we're humans, we can learn things, we can apply principles, we can do these things, right? Although that can be difficult if you don't have discipline enough to sit there and like get through a video, or just whatever, right? So that it is hard, but if you give most people the stuff and teach them, they can figure it out. But one thing that holds so many people back, maybe holds you back from making sales, or holds people back from wanting to know more about your deal or whatever the case, is they can't connect the dots, and they need somebody to share some sort of example, in a story works the best here, right? And this takes practice, but it's not like you're deliberately trying to create a story as much as you're trying to think of like, you can use all kinds of things. And this is the difficult part, but you're trying to give an example, or you're trying to help them have like an aha moment. It's like, you can't tell anybody anything. All you can do is ask them to understand. But when you tell a story, it lends itself to like, it's like you're not telling them anything. You're just sharing a story that could have some moments in it that help you go, oh. And I think that really becomes the problem. I think because I've watched it with you guys, and I've watched it, just in different areas where I'm talking to somebody about like, because people ask all the time, like, oh man, how do you make this money? How do you do this stuff? That like people like, well, so you'll be in a place where nobody knows you, and they'll be like, oh, so what do you do? And I'm like, well, I help people like make money online, selling information and helping people, coaching people. Oh, really? How does that work? And then I'll like share a little example or something. Just naturally it comes out that way. And they're like, oh, really? Well, how does that work again? Like they're like leaning in and wanting to know more. And if you can get your content to be simple in that way, where it's like, and I think the best way to do it is to simplify. Like, let's try to make this one point in this piece of content, right? Like, let's try to let's try to make a point that we want to make. And what I started doing on the plane is like, I was filling out some notes here, and I started like, what are some of the points that I want to make when I'm doing content? Like, what are some points that if I got this point across, or if I got this example or this idea across, it would help them go, oh man, I bet I could probably do that. Or maybe this is for me. And they would want to go find out what that is, right? And so, because I think about how I came into it and what I learned about, I was like, I was listening to somebody share how this thing worked, and I was watching it, and I was like, man, this seems like a no-brainer for a person like myself. And that's what led me down this path. You know, it wasn't like I was like, oh, this is me. Like, you know, it was, I didn't know what, I knew I was going to do something, but I didn't know is this, you know? So, you know, in that way, like, and if I'm, you know, I'll shut up here in a second. I just, when you think about creating some content, you know, whatever way you're going to create it, email, video, whatever. Okay. Think of things that are, try to think of like, what kind of example could I give, or how can I help somebody go, oh, okay, now I get it. That's like what I'm thinking about in my head. Like, it doesn't matter how complex or simple it may be. Just ask yourself, like, because if you think about it, if they don't understand how this can fit into their world, and if they don't have any like vision of what it could be, it's impossible for them to want to do it or be involved. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, it's just something to really think about, because when you're teaching, there's times when I'm teaching, and I notice these like sometimes in the lives, or like just in videos in general, if I'm like really heavily focused on like teaching something, like, hey, okay, you know, this here, this, but when I share a story or something that makes the point of the funnel, or why we do why this way or that way, it seems like it just comes across so much better, right? And I feel like that's like, I feel like, because I feel like you guys have a good, you have a solution, you have something that can help somebody, if only people understood how good it was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if only people knew what I knew about this and what it could do. And I think one of the only ways to really go about that, you know, through enough punching and prodding and, you know, just putting stuff, you'll have people that will like, it'll eventually get there. But it could probably happen in a much better way, much easier, if you could figure out how to share an example or a story or something like that. And so I think what's really important is, one way to really get into this quickly, if you don't even know where to begin on something like this, is just to talk about why you do it. You know, why do you do it the way you do it? Why do you want to do it? Why did you get into it? What is your story? And I feel like for a lot of you, I'd like to get on and just, you know, you know, if you guys are the ones that are serious, you know, I'd love to get on a one-on-one interview where we're like side by side on the Zoom here and have a, you know, conversation, you know, almost like a podcast in a way, but just real, you know, off the cuff, and just kind of talk. I don't know how long it is, or what it is, you know, I don't know. I don't typically want to come into something too. I like things to happen naturally, because I feel like that's where the good stuff's at. And another thing that I'm really practicing and want to go back through and do is like remove symbols or complications and take all the like it gets called all these different names and things and stuff. Like I just want to get it to where it's like ABC 1 2 3 red blue green. Like there's no abstract thinking involved, there's no complicated wordsmithing, because I really don't think it needs that. I really don't. I really believe that you can, with the way we create things, it's like, I always think about like cars. When you go buy a car or something, it's like what you see is what you get. It's like, here it is. Here's our thing. Or like a laptop, like here it is. There's no, you don't need like, if, in my opinion, if you need a bunch of copywriting and a bunch of shit on your sales page, something's wrong. Right? It should be like, here's what it is. Here's who it's for. Here's why it works. And then your marketing and your content and your emails and that stuff, sharing examples and stories, that's what makes them go, oh, I can see myself doing this. And then when they get to like your sales video, let's say on page 2, like, I'll be honest with you, I think that my sales page, although it converts well, okay, I'll keep it. But I know that when I did the martial arts growth thing, I had nothing on my pages. My landing page was actually my landing page was the same landing page that I have now for the funnel. My video page was literally just a video and a button. There was no headline. There was no all this shit. There was nothing. It was just video and a button. My schedule page, when I was doing the calls to sell it because it was high ticket, it would just be a schedule page. Like there was nothing else to distract or convolute or nothing. And then the final page was just a video, like, here's how to get in. And that worked the best. And people actually really loved it. And then I thought, well, because now I'm selling not being on a phone call, I'm going to have to do more selling on the page, right? And I'm here soon, once I get through Build Lab and everything, and we get, basically Build Lab version 1. We had the beta. This is version 1, if you want to think about it like that. And then as soon as it gets done, I want to work on a few of these other things that we're going to bring into the program. And I want to tighten some other stuff up. And then I'm going to go through it again and just go through each video and remove the flab and like make it more clear, make it more simple, make it more 1, 2, 3, color by number type deal. Like I want to make it ridiculously stupid simple. And so, yeah, I'm really pumped. I'm pretty excited about like the direction things are going here. So, I hope I'm learning a lot right now. Like I've been a lot in learning mode, like stuff I've learned before, but it means something different now. I don't know. All right, I'm done. Go.
I'll go ahead and get started if I can.
Do it.
All right. So trying to think about where to start, but essentially, I've been working on my course. It's going to be a productized service where all the content modules will be done and all that stuff. And so I have this digital asset leverage business model going on. And I also am still planning on doing my regular services, which is my done with you services, my consulting packages. And I have one client from last season before, since 2019, I'm looking to add on more clients for the Done With You service. And I want to start using the content and the infrastructure that I'm working with them on to drive organic hype and sales and marketing and just promotional material to my course. And so kind of trying to think about how that world would look like, because on Twitter, these athletes, you know, if they're doing well in the game, in the esport, you know, they get hundreds of thousands of views, and they don't mind, you know, a retweet here and there. Like, essentially, I'll be doing their social media management. I'm looking to work on their email lists and do sales for them. They don't even have like an active campaign or that kind of thing set up. From what I'm understanding, I think they have like, I don't know how many tens of thousands, at least 5,000, if not 10,000 on their email list. So there's that. So much sales that can be done there. I want to do all their social media management, their content management this season. So I'm trying to think about how to balance that out with my course, as well as just how to present a really compelling offer to this person I'm looking to reach out to. Because even just talking to my client yesterday, he said, oh, this person's going to go film the Madden 24 commercial with Josh Allen this week. And he doesn't have a manager right now. He doesn't have someone documenting his journey. And that's what I do for my friend here. So it's just like, I really have this ambition to like just sign him the next week or next month and just start to work with him, because all that stuff that he's doing, like the big superstar stuff, it's not getting documented. It's not getting turned into content, which is not becoming a part of his brand. I mean, yeah, you'll have the asset at the very end of like, whoa, he's in the commercial, but people want to, you know, relate to him on a deeper level than just, oh, he's in a commercial. Okay, he's Hollywood or whatever. So I'm just trying to think of like a compelling offer. And I think my social media management skills can do that. I'm just trying to think of how to present that to him in like a high ticket way where I feel comfortable charging and stuff like that, because that'll just be so much proof of work for my content management, you know, business model, the one that's where I work with people one-on-one and stuff like that. So
What is your like actual goal? Like, what do you want out of all of this yourself? Like, what are you trying to actually achieve yourself?
Well, I think it's just a matter of like having a solid base, because things, you know, they come and go. If it's off season, I'm not really charging for my services. We're kind of just an off season. When I'm in season, things are kind of nice. I have income coming in, but I would say just having a stable monthly recurring revenue for each of these services that I offer. Because some days it's like, oh, I mean, some weeks it's like, okay, things are going well. Other times it's not. So it's just the highs and lows right now.
I think the best, so here's how I look at this thing. Okay. If you're somebody that's like brand new and you're trying to figure it out, kind of like how you're trying to figure it out, you know what your skill sets are, at least. Some people don't even know. They want monthly recurring revenue and they want to work for themselves, but they don't have any clue how that's going to happen. You know, they don't know exactly what they're going to be offering or what they're going to be doing to make that happen, but that's what they want, right? And so for somebody like that, it's so good to like build a group, you know, get a group. I had a free group for a while, and a lot of people from the free group came over into the paid group. And I did the free group for like 90 days. It's called Performers. And I just got people in there that were info business people. And then I converted them over to Build Lab. It was very simple, clean, and easy. It was called a free group funnel. Okay. The Andrew Kirby, I believe, is who I picked that up from.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried it. I was like, fuck, you know, screw it. I'll try it, you know, because Andrew Kirby, all those guys were like around the time that I was going with Sam too. Like when we were all going through Up Level and Accelerator and Quantum and all that crap. And it just all of it made sense to me, because everybody got sick of doing the calls and everything. Okay. So what I see with your thing is like, for me, this is what's going to go on with me. Just so you know, I'm going to build Lab, the monthly recurring revenue machine, the low ticket monthly recurring revenue machine. I want to build that as deep as I can. Like, I'm hoping that, you know, there's like long-term 10, 20,000 people in Build Lab. Okay. I want it to be more self-regulatory. I know that there's going to be superstars that come out of this group and the other group, and you guys will be you know, I'm going to prop you guys up inside a build lab. People, it'll just be a good branding fest, and you're going to grow from it. And I've already done this before, so I know how it works. Like, it works really well. Like when you guys start to perform, I prop you up, people look up to you, and then pretty soon you got people following you. This whole thing happens. It's really cool. But Build Lab, I'm building that out. It's going to stay about where it is, $597 a year. It's going to have a solid program in there that teaches you how to build a paid subscription community. Then I'm going to do a $6,000 high ticket product, but I'm not going to be doing any sales calls or anything for that. I'm just going to harvest people out of Build Lab that want that. And really what they're going to get with that is just more of me. And I want to keep this, you know, a one-man band as much as I can, just because I know that you can make a couple million a year just solo without stress. Like it's not even stressful. It feels about like Build Lab, really. So, you know, I don't have any problem, you know, making 2 to 5 million a year without you know, maybe an assistant, maybe. If you got your shit together and you have systems, it's really not that big of a deal. And that's really not a lot of money. I mean, it is, but it's not in business. Like that, you're nothing in business at 5 million a year. You know what I mean? In our world, you are, but like, so I just want to keep it like that. Maybe get somebody, maybe build a team. I don't know how I'm going to change as I go, but I do know I'm going to have the front end low ticket monthly recurring revenue model. Okay. That's going to do paid subscription program. Here's how you do it. Then the high ticket, the $6,000 high ticket model, there's going to be more one-on-one, and it might be even 10,000. I don't know. I might just do 10,000 because it's going to be for a very select few people. It's going to be a one-time investment. They'll get access to Build Lab when they pay the 10K. They can get on the calls, but they're just going to get more of me. And then my next tier is going to be a in-person mastermind where we go just like Quantum, just like he did. I'm going to do 36,000 a year. It's going to be capped at 100 people. And then once a quarter for 3 days, I'm going to rent a big Airbnb somewhere. It'll be planned out. I'll have a crew come in and record everything. Those recordings will go in the back as the course material that they get for being a part of the mastermind. And then, you know, we'll get on these calls. It'll probably be just one call a week for that group. And then there'll be that. So I'll have Build Lab, whatever the middle high ticket thing is going to be called. It's probably going to be like, you get 5 like hardcore Zooms with me. I've already sold this and it works very well. And I still sell it every once in a while. That's why I'm going to go with it. And it's nice little 10 grand bump here and there. And I get on 5 Zooms, sometimes maybe 6 or 7, and they'll just pay me $9,800 is what I charge for it. And I do 5 Zooms with them. We build them. I help them. I basically just help them. It's done with you. I help them set everything up, get their marbles together. The machine's working, they're off. And then they're basically at a place where they're just doing like marketing, right? And, or I'm helping their staff. You know, I've got a guy that I help do that. And I'm explaining this to you, Sahil, because of like, I'm maybe hoping that you're going to hear what I'm doing and go, oh, I see how I can structure my own thing. Okay. Mm-hmm. And, you know, and then the in-person thing, I just want to do that because I feel like there's just so much greatness in that. And what comes out of that is phenomenal. So for me, I think if you're trying to get something going and you want recurring revenue, you need to have, you know, why should people, I created this. I think I put it in, it was a video I just did recently, but it's like, why should people care about what you're doing? Like, what do they expect from you? Like, what are they going to get from being a part of your program? You know, like what comes out of this? Like, what do they get? You know, I hope that you guys realize that if you just do what we're talking about in Build Lab, you charge anywhere from, I mean, charge whatever the hell you want, but I'll tell you, anywhere from like, let's say $20 to $100 a month, you can charge, 97, 47, whatever, 67, somewhere. Okay. You can charge that. It's what the newer generation also is very used to doing. If you've ever been into Andrew Tate's thing and looked at how he does it, it's just a freaking Discord channel. It's literally nothing. It's, and they're used to that. Like most people are, you pay somebody over freaking Cash App and they let you into their group. Like this is how the younger gen does it. It is. It's just, they didn't go with Dan Kennedy and the hardcore, sales letter. Like they didn't do that route, but I feel like just, you need to focus on one. Think about how silly this sounds. You can't get one to go, so let's work on two.
Well, I think the thing is with the clients, like they provide a lot of the work that I'm actually doing for the course. Like I'm not showing.
But you
them how
already
to
have one going then.
Mhm.
So you're not necessarily the person I'm like, if you have one going, then okay. If you want another one, let's go.
Mhm.
But so like with me in Build Lab, it's more of it's do it yourself plus live support plus community. You have support. It's here for you. So you choose to use it, right? If you don't get on these calls and you don't ask questions and you don't apply the things, it's not for you, right? Okay.
Mhm.
So Build Lab is just, here's how to build a paid subscription community in the info space. I was trying to I caught myself trying to lure in other people, and I realized that was not the way to do this. Now I'm just specifically looking for people that want to build a monthly recurring revenue selling information using this paid subscription community model, where you have a static program that lives inside of the Skool. You have a community and you do weekly calls with your people. Okay. You charge $1 to $100 per month, whatever you want to charge. Okay. I suggest $50 to $100. Okay. And you have a, not 6 to 9 pillar program, whatever. And the real value is being a part of a group that you can talk with and you can really connect, and get the value of being in a session like this. Okay. I think that more people need to ask more questions in this particular group. Okay. And I also think that if you just follow that model and just do it, right? And what is the clear outcome? Well, for me, I want all of you guys to get to 1,000 members, paying members at whatever number you chose to charge them. $10, $20, $30. I don't care. I want to get you guys to 1,000 paid members. I want to get to 1,000 paid members myself. Okay. My first goal, let's get you 10, then let's get you 20, right? 30, and let's get you there. Okay. And keep that simple and do that. And then if you're already doing high ticket, right? So Hill, you've got, you're doing this done with you high ticket with them.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you charge for that?
Anywhere from 1,500 to 3K. I mean, it's not high ticket like 5, 10,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's my version
Is
of
it recurring?
Okay. Well, that's the thing is when it's off season, I don't really work with them. But when it's on season, like the NFL season typically is when I'm working with my clients.
So it's seasonal.
Yes.
So, and you want something that's obviously every day.
Yeah.
So what are you going to help people do?
What I'm looking to do is help them become content managers in their own niche. So let's say I'm working with Madden. I'm showing them like, hey, this is the behind the scenes of how I'm posting their videos, how I'm doing their Instagram, their social medias, how I'm networking for them, you know, reaching out to people to get them on podcasts and things of that nature, building their brand like we had talked about.
Okay.
But I want to show other people how they can do that for a different niche. Let's say they're interested in FIFA, or they're interested in another, you know, brand or another niche that has people like this, like prospects like who I work with.
Just somebody that wants to basically do what you do for that industry, but for any industry they so choose.
Yeah.
Okay. So they want to be basically brand and content brand marketing manager type people, right?
Right. Mhm.
They're helping somebody else that has a solution or a thing that people want, and they're going to help them get it out there in front of those people that need that thing.
Right.
And they're going to get paid as a result of doing so, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And you have a curriculum or a structure or a system that you follow when you do
Right.
it for yourself, and you're going to bring that over to them, and they're going to learn that system and apply it and be able to pick up clients at $1,500 to $3,000, whatever, right?
Yep.
And how much are you going to charge for your program?
$97 a month.
Okay. What's your question?
I mean, you said it very clearly. I mean, I got to watch that back and hear back what you said, but
That's what you're doing. You're gonna, now here's what happens now. You're gonna go out and you're going to generate brand awareness via content. I'm going to show you guys how to do some basic ad stuff. But I'm telling you guys, and I'm going to tell you again, like, if you get on a consistent, non-negotiable schedule, and I'm being a terrible leader right now with this, okay? But just keep watching. When you guys get on a consistent schedule with your content, and you learn what I was talking about in the beginning here, where I was saying helping them have these aha moments. If you can help that group of people that you want to help, which is basically you, Sahil, 5 years ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, that guy, okay? If you can help them have those aha moments where they go, I can do that. I see how that works now. Okay, I see why people would pay me for that. And I can see that if I could do that, then they would pay me. If you can get people through your content, through your YouTube videos, through what, you know, the way I would have you go is YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and then, you know, if you want to do some tweets here and there, that's fine too. I just need you on a short form and a long form platform, and you definitely just need to be on YouTube. I mean, I just feel like I don't think that it's should I, maybe, you know, I think it's, yes, you're on YouTube, you're putting short form and long form, and then you're building a list and you're emailing your list, and you're helping them to understand and have those moments of clarity where they go, oh, I want to do this. I can see myself doing this. I understand what's involved. I understand now how this makes sense and how these dots connect for me, how I am the middleman between their customer and them, and they don't have to mess with, you know, all this stuff, right? If you guys just get consistent with that, it's so amazing how you will pick up members, and you can grow this thing organically to a very nice recurring revenue. And you can also then take, at that point, some of your best pieces, and if you do want to run them as like a retargeting ad, or if you want to run a low ticket ad, like, you know, that's fine. But honestly, if you just have patience, guys, when there's something that happens in your brain, I don't care how old you are. Okay. I don't care if you're in your 60s, 50s, I don't give a shit. If you think like, I'm just going to build this for the next 30 years consistently, or 20 years, or 10 years, If you consistently posted every single day for 10 years and built a recurring revenue model, like built a build lab of some sort for yourself, whatever the topic subject matter is, and you charged $49 to $100 per month, and for the next 10 years, you didn't miss a beat. You didn't, yes, you're going to miss a beat. Okay, let's be real. But you're going to try to post every single day as much as you can, helping people go, oh, okay, now I understand. Yes, this is, and then you'll have the people that are looking for it, which doesn't take much aha moment to do. They're looking for it. They've already had the aha moment. But the people that are the right people that don't know that this is an opportunity for them necessarily, or that this is a place where they can come get the information that can allow them to get to the money or to the relationship or to the health faster, then they don't know and they can't take advantage of it. If you every day for the next 10 years and just allow yourself, I know it seems like, oh shit, down the road 10 years, man, who knows? If you just realize you're probably going to be alive and you're probably going to feel about like you do now, if you just focused on that every single day, what would it be like, seriously, if you had a couple thousand people paying you $50 a month or $100 a month? Okay. One person business, $50,000 to $100,000 a month or more, helping people the way that you enjoy helping people, having a lot of friends and people that look up to you, that look to you for help, when you have a community, like you could pop anything at that moment. And you can start monetizing. Things change. Things change a lot. So when you think about it like that, it allows you to like chill out a little bit. Everybody's like in this, I was this way. You're like in this rush. Oh, gotta get there. I'm missing. You're not missing anything. What the hell are you missing? All you need is food, water, and sleep. The rest is just extra. Like, I'm serious. So when you relax a little bit and take a step, like slow down to go fast, you build something more congruent with your vision. You grow something that's, you actually become somebody that understands their doing. Is this coming across? Is this helping at all? Like, what I'm trying to get at is, like, Sahil, you're ready to go. Let's get a funnel up. Let's get yeah, we do. That'd be cool. I can make that happen. So you need a funnel. They need to know what they're getting. And I'll tell you what, I'll be completely honest with you guys. Okay. No bullshit. And this is what, version 2 of Build Lab, or like I'll be bringing it through ahead of time, and I'm going to be reworking it on another process. But I promise you, a basic ass white landing page with a headline, that picture, and whatever for them to opt in. And then on the next page, literally, all right, brother, have a good one, man. We'll see you later.
See you, Bill.
Have a good teaching session. Okay. So you need just literally a video on the next page, that, because assume the reason they're at the page to begin with is that they watched something of you online where they were like, oh, So when they get to the landing page, the conversion rate from getting them from a no, complete nobody to coming in is
I hear you. This is I just dropped in the chat that one
Yeah.
page that I've been working on, the laminated
Awesome.
version. It's
I love
almost
it.
done. I just
Hell
need those
yes.
2 thumbnails that you had mentioned on the left side.
That's beautiful.
That'll be done hopefully tonight.
That's awesome.
It's right there. So I hear you on the funnel stuff. Like it's all coming together nicely.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just-
I'm not worried about you, brother.
yeah.
I'm not worried about you whatsoever. I think you need to, if I were you, I would charge $97 a month or $597 a year, whichever one they want. I would be doing content that gives people the aha moment about content management and what it can do. Sharing stories and what like it does, and like how this is a viable pursuit for them, an opportunity where they can actually say, okay, I can spend my time and energy to learn this and do this, and it's going to have reward, and and I can expect this from it, right? And then you have your follow-up stuff. In the follow-up stuff, those first like 15 emails, like I said, it needs to be where you're like, hey, you went and watched this video and you didn't do anything. It's like you came all the way down to the restaurant, but you didn't order any food. What's the deal here? This doesn't make any sense, right? And you're trying to talk to them about that. After about 10 emails, 15 emails, every day they get an email for 15 days. I mean, they should be getting an email every day anyway. Okay.
Keeping them warm.
They just need to have contact. Why, like every time you go flip on the TV, you're going to see a goddamn Ford commercial or something. They don't give a shit if they showed it to you earlier that day. They're here to help you have a Ford pickup or something, right? This is what they do. It's just like, you know what I mean? There's no like, oh, sorry. I didn't mean to email you too much. Dude, if you don't want my emails, just unsubscribe. It's 2023.
Yeah.
So every day you're emailing them. If they don't get started after those 15 emails that are kind of more about you're not really, lubing them up. You're just like, hey, the steak, we cooked it, it's ready, or you came for it. Not in that way, but you're kind of in that way, right? It's more like hit the iron while it's hot deal. After that, you need to be just loading it up with examples. And you can kind of inch that in there as you're in those first 15 emails. But you don't have to, do anything special. Just show them, look, when you put the negative and the positive on this light bulb thing, watch the light bulb, and it turns on. If you just keep it that simple and you just show them what it does, they either want it or not, right? And so then you're showing examples of how this like is a good thing. And you just keep doing that and it will build. And then when they get in there, you're going to learn and grow with them. You're going to help them. You're going to have some star students. You need to build them up. You guys see how I'll tag, like if somebody shares a win, I'll tag it I'll pin it to the top. And you see that and you're like, oh, hell yeah, I need to get my ass in gear. I need to get this thing going. It's, they're doing it. It's working for them. They're taking action. And then, I want to interview Chuck. Chuck's not like, it's not like he has 100 members or 1,000 members, but I just want to hear his story. Like, and so do other people. And they want to hear your story too. They need to know your story. How else can I relate to you? Everything that you're creating is you're trying to relate to these people that are ideal for this. And you're trying to help them understand that they can do it, that there isn't something stopping them from doing it but them, and that this is a good way to do things. And it's not convincing either. You're not trying to convince anybody. You're just sharing what it is and how it works, who it's for, where it happens, when it happens, who it happens to, why you do it, why it even exists to begin with. And they'll either do it or they won't. Oh, it's a hair dryer. I was like, what the hell's going on out there? So that that needs to just be put together.
Right. Understood.
And I feel like if you do that properly, meaning you create a long form video where you're sharing an example or a case study, or you're sharing a story about how this thing works, or the story doesn't even need to be true, right? Like you could tell the story with squirrels. So imagine there's these two squirrels, right? You could tell any kind of story as long as the point got made.
Mm.
And they had the moment where they go, oh, okay. And you have tons of stories. But if you tell that story properly in the video, you can just sit down like you're doing. People will appreciate that, by the way. People are over the whiz bang, smoke, fire in the background, that's fine. You can do that shit. All right. I'll get excited with you too. But like, when it comes to this kind of thing, it's like, when I press the button, does the door open? That's more this, right? If you share that, you can take that story, man, and you have all this content that can then be short form and you can distribute out. You're going to build this brand. Your own results you'll be sharing as well. You'll be sharing the results of your clients and your members inside of your program. And this thing will just continue to like build, and you'll have this, couple hundred members, and then it's going to grow. My shit ain't growing right now, and I don't blame it. I'm not doing the stuff. I'm inconsistent right now. I went through like a change where I kind of took some time to think about how I really wanted to structure this. And those things are important too. And so I'm very, very confident and excited about what's going on. And as soon as like I pull in like a solid like schedule here, it'll go to 500, it'll move quite quickly. Right. And so will yours. You can in 90 days, I'm telling you right now, if you get a solid offer together, get that damn roadmap together. That's key. What are the steps to get to the other side that I'm trying to get to? Do you have the steps written down, right? You need to have a good offer. You need to have something that people want. Okay. Then you need a funnel, and you need a follow-up email system, and you need to build your email list, and then you need to share and do brand awareness and marketing, which is the same damn thing. And you need to have a place for them to go sign up. They need to be able to go somewhere where they can pay you. So it's that 4-page funnel, right? That's all you need. I have a guy right now. I just talked to him yesterday for like an hour. He was one of my old clients back in the day. He's paid me like 50 grand over the years. And he's like, he goes, I used to have this big, deep website and all this shit. And I did too. Like I used to do all that. And I was like, this website thing like doesn't ever really do anything. So I was like, screw it. I'm just going to throw it out. Okay. I got you, Sahil. I'm just going to throw it out. So I just threw it out, and I said, to hell with it. If I need it, I'll put it back in. So I just threw it out, put a funnel up. He did the same thing. He's doing like 180,000 a month right now. He's got a 4-page funnel, and that's it. He gets them on a Zoom. It's a high ticket $5,000 sale. It's $5,000. And he's in the trucking space. He helps trucking companies find qualified truck drivers. And then he also sells something to the truck drivers that helps them be better at truck driving or some shit. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, like the interiors of that, but he's he's generating truck driver leads. Like, so he's generating an email list full of truck drivers that are qualified. And then he's doing placements with these big trucking companies. And then he'll get like he's the middleman between the trucking company and the truck drivers that are looking for work. And he has this funnel that they go through. He runs, I think he runs like 10 or 15 grand a month in ads that he worked up to. I mean, this guy didn't have shit when I started with him. And I taught him how to do Facebook ads. And then I taught him how to do some Google retargeting ads. I showed him how to put up a funnel. And then I worked with him for a long time, helping him do this. And he watched what I was doing. And then he just started doing it himself. And then he's got a couple guys that do the phone thing with him. And he's wanting to come to this model now, the paid subscription model, because out of that 180,000 a month that he's generating, he's keeping like 20. And he's got to do all these circus flips and jumps, and it's just a headache from hell. And I'm like, dude, you could just teach people what you're doing. You could teach these other people what you're doing, charge $97 a month and have that. And then you can also do different tiers of stuff. You know, like, I think the very best model, like I said, is you've got a low ticket, monthly recurring. You've got a high ticket where basically at the end of the day, as the price increases, they're just getting more of you. In other words, the speed to result enhances a lot. And then in the final part, the part where I wrote this down, I've got an example of this. The part where it's just 1 minute here, let me pull this up. Like the high ticket mastermind stuff, that is actually, they just want to be a part of a group that you can't replicate community, and there's certain members of a group that when together, like being a part of that, it really just, people, you know, the biggest reason people consider like getting any kind of advice, guidance, coaching, mentorship, the reason people go after that in the beginning or at all, period, it really just boils down to a few things. They're either they want a sounding board of some sort. They don't have the confidence to do it themselves, so they want somebody to help them. They want to speed things up. They want encouragement. They want to basically get specific detailed instructions and access to information. They're uncertain. They want more accountability. They're overwhelmed. They got laziness. They need somebody to push them. And I'm the people that want to come into Build Lab, the type of people I'm trying to attract, and this be the same type of people with you typically, is they think of themselves as like a student. They want to learn. Okay. They have ambitions. They have a high, emotional state that they can get into. Like right now, like I'm in a state of a higher emotion right now. I'm kind of like, and they're just an optimist. They feel like they can do things, right? And they want to invest in their own growth. They want to do whatever it takes to make it happen. They're resourceful. They make decisions. They respond to things. They show up. Okay, those types of things, and they're coachable, right? Those are the kind of people that I'm looking for. But when you think about like people joining like your program, this monthly recurring thing, right? One thing is you want to, this world that we're in, this online business info space thing, I never hear people talking about this thing. Like when I was in the airport or when I'm around other people, this never comes up as something that people are doing, right? This is a rare group of people that do this stuff. People think, you go out there and you see this shit all over the internet because you're looking at this stuff. So the algorithm's like just dumping everything that is out there about this stuff on you. And therefore you think it's saturated. People don't even know who the hell. I could probably go in this neighborhood right here, and I could ask like 5 of these houses down the street here who Tony Robbins is, they wouldn't even know. Right? They wouldn't even know who Grant Cardone or Sam, they wouldn't know any of these people. They wouldn't have a flipping clue who they are. Right? So what I'm trying to get at is there's a loneliness out there for people like us. It's not like where I'm sitting around and I'm lonely. Like, I'm like, oh God, where's my, it's not like that. It's like, but when you give somebody a place where they can understand what this is and they can go there, that's great. Also, they want high level information, right? Where the hell else are you going to hear this shit that I'm talking about right now? Honestly. Yeah, you can go. I mean, if you're in the space now, you've been in for a while and you know who some of these characters are that I've mentioned. Yeah, you can go find this type of information in different places, right? To get what we give you in Build Lab, and maybe I'm completely far out wrong, but to get what you get in Build Lab for $97 a month is a flippin' steal. I don't know where else. There's maybe a handful of other groups that maybe exist that could do it like this. And you're actually a part of this in an extreme infancy. I'm 37 years old. In 30 years, I'm 67. I plan on hiking and doing all that shit and being very functionally like sharp at that age. Right? So, you're seeing some, like, imagine 30 years from now where this is. And I have nothing to do but build this between now and then. How cool is that? And you can do the same thing. How cool is that? And most of the people, you guys are younger anyway, too. But also, people like the power of like combined experience from everyone else in the group, right? It's a lot of me talking right now because there's 4 freaking people in here. Sahil's shoving food in his mouth. Captain RCM, he just listens or whatever. I'm glad he's here or she's here or he's here or whatever. There's 2 people in the photo. I don't know, but I love you. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're getting what you want from it. If you want to be the silent person, that's fine. I've been that many, many times in these calls where I just sit and listen and I do my thing. I get it. Okay. So I love that. But as this grows, the combined experience, there's going to be some people on here that are really freaking sharp that get on here and we'll all be able to sit back and learn from them and take notes, which is what this turns into. Right. But then also it's like, this is a place where we can share essentially like our Rolodex of shit. We can share our connections. We can share our resources, our potential. We can hook up with potential partners. I might partner with Bajan and have him help me with something. And we do something. I don't know. And this is things that these are the things when you talk about having a group and a community like this is what people actually want, or they want like an intimate connection with you, or like they want to be in close proximity of you, not just seeing you on a live or something like that. They want to actually pick your brain and talk to you and ask you questions. And they want to have access to other experts and things like that. You can get on here. We could ask Sahil a lot of stuff about content management, whatever Captain RCM does, we could ask him, and Bajan, we can, this is what this is, right? This is powerful, right? And then you got a program, it's like a service in a way too. I'm servicing right now. This is like a service in a way. There's perks. There's going to be like, for those of you in Build Lab, you're going to get, discounts if you want, maybe instead of paying the 10 grand to have like, super one-on-one time, 5 or 6 hours of one-on-one time where we're just building and working together. If you ever wanted to go to that next level, maybe you get it at half off, right? You only pay 5 grand or something. Okay. And then maybe you get an extended payment plan because you're a part of that. When we go to the 36,000 a year, maybe you get to pay that in 6 installments where everybody else only gets 2 or 3. and you maybe get a reduced price. These are things that happen because you're a part of something like this, the way it is. But people also, this is something that's unique and appealing. You can talk about this to other people. You can be like, man, I'm a part of this mastermind or this Build Lab program, and it's allowing me to do this. It's something that you can say that, or any program you would be a part of, this is what happens. This is no different for your people. But this is something that you can use and say to give you some credibility and some leverage and some different things like that, right? So this is powerful in this way. And then community is just bulletproof, right? Like, it doesn't matter like how the economics are swinging or what's going on. If you have a bulletproof community of people that care about this mission we're on, you can make things happen in ways that you never could before. Like, I could come out with something different, a physical product or something, and because I have a community and I have this email list and stuff, I can pivot to that, or I can grow that, or I can get that thing kicked into gear and take it somewhere and build something, right? And so these are all things that why people want to be a part of these types of communities when you're thinking about when you're building this, right? So, you know, what is it that you're building? What is it? Like, what is it that people get? Who is it for? Okay. What problems does this thing solve? And why does it exist? These are questions you need to answer. How does it work? Where does it happen? Who are you and why should we trust you? Okay. Credibility. All right. What is this going to do for the person? They're saying, like, if I join Build Lab, if I join Bajan's whatever lab, okay, or whatever it is, what is this going to do for me? What am I going to get out of this? Okay, you need to be able to answer that question. How is it different than the other ones out there? You know, if somebody were to ask me that, I'm like, listen, if you really wanted access to this kind of information, a program like this, a community and weekly calls twice a week for a couple hours for $3 frickin' a day, good luck. So yeah. I basically turned a high ticket program of mine into a monthly recurring revenue model, and I made it 1/10 of what it cost before. And I try to bring it. Okay. And it's like, and I'm going to continue to bring it, and it's going to get better and better and better. Okay. We're working out the kinks and making it all cool and smooth, but that's where I feel like it's different. And I'm trying to like simplify this way down. Like, I do not want this to be like an abstract, hard thing. This, as much as I'd love to say it's some complicated, hard, crazy, oh my God, only, you know, people with a certain amount of, you know, skill or whatever, like, if you can help people in a certain way, you can build this and you can start earning with it. There's some components you got to put together. You need a funnel, you need a follow-up, you need a payment page. You need a group to put them in with your program in it and a community. And what I love about this is you can start a free community, get people into it, start helping them, start learning about what it is that they need, and build a curriculum out of that. And then start charging them when you're capable of charging them, because you've proven that you can help them for free. And now you can start charging for it. And you know what they want because you're in the group working with them.
That's kind of where I'm at, I think.
Yeah.
I'm helping group. A lot of, yeah, like I'm helping people all over, like texting them, video calls, FaceTimes all the time. And I'm like learning what they really need, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's how you build and I kind of share with you guys how to build this too. I tell you, get them in, get the first week or so, or the first pillar done, you know, because you know how to at least get them started in the deal. And then stay ahead of them and build the program out, right? And build like a beta. And I'm gonna get real. I'm looking at ways to, because this, we live in this place in this world where it's like we think like everybody has to engage or you're failing. That's not the case. Or or we live in this place where we think more is more. And it's like, you know, dude, I've made so much freaking money without even having 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. But people think if you don't have 1 million or 100,000 or 10,000 or whatever, that you're just some turd out floating in the water. Like, yeah, no. Like, if you're charging high ticket, like with martial arts, I think I got, when I had my martial arts YouTube channel, I think I had like 300 or 500 subscribers, and I was doing over 100 grand a month, and I pulled a shitload of leads. The only people that would watch my videos were martial arts business owners that were on the internet looking for this stuff, which is a very rare few. But I didn't need that many to get to where I was going. And frankly, I didn't even know where I was going when I did that thing. I didn't even know what it could even do or what was possible with it. But if you can, what I'm saying is I want to build this thing out to where it's even more, you only let in the perfect people, because then everything gets really nice on your end. You're not having to, like, you know, sometimes it's like, oh, let anybody in that's willing to pay for it. You know, that's not a very good attitude to have. It's more like, do you qualify? You know? And I'm going to show you guys the whole process in and of that. There's going to be a lot of like tightening up thing. Another thing is, like, when somebody joins your program or your free group, whatever it is, like what results can they count on? Like, what can they be sure to know or come away with, right? These are things that you need to be able to answer. Another one is like, when will they get the results? Okay. Honestly, if somebody came into Build Lab and they just focused, they got on these calls, they asked questions, and they applied themselves every day because they wanted it as soon as possible, you could get everything set up in 30 days. In the next 30 days, you can be learning how to operate the damn thing. And by the last 30 days, so we're talking about 90 days now, 3 months, okay, you could be earning very well. I've literally watched people go from 0 to 90 days later. I've seen people, and even within myself, doing 50 to 80 grand a month, selling, you know, a higher ticket product or a low ticket one time. But I've seen complete nobodies, had no clue what the hell's going on, but they were ambitious, they were coachable, they wanted it, they were just going to apply and do it. It's so possible. If, you know, and some of the stars have to align, like you got to have, you know, you're kind of clear on what it is that you want to do to help people. You've got an idea and a system on what you want to do. But if you get on these calls, we can work through that stuff. Okay. It can't just be me talking here all the time, right? It's like asking questions, you know, where are you at, where are you stuck, so we can move through it. But you also need to have, like, they need to, how can they invest with you? Is it an annual payment, monthly payment? Is it one time? How much is it? What are the payment options? How many people can be in the program, right? So
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, I've been like obsessed with all this for so long that I've made like 100 different payment pages and like different funnels and stuff. So I don't know, like, what part isn't working for me, but I think it's just because I'm too cluttered, like I don't know, I'm paring it all down and like really getting focused right now. I'm trying to like really get focused and do it in a short time period, I guess.
So again, think about this, okay? Like, you've got to have over here your attraction model. Okay, so this is you doing videos on the internet where you're, again, sharing all those things I kind of just shared, like what it is, who, what, when, where, why, how. But you have to, with confidence. Confidence doesn't mean, oh, it just means that what you're saying, you can say it clearly, and you can say it in a way where we're like, oh, okay. Like, hey guys, 2 + 2 is 4. It's not 2 + 2. Like that's not confidence. Confidence is like, yep, if you mix yellow and blue, it'll turn green. Confidence is knowing what you're saying is true and that it's clear. So you need to be able to clearly I can clearly say, listen, if you put a 4-page funnel together, capture an email on the first page, share with them on the second page what it is that you do to help them solve their problem and how they can get involved with it and how it all works and everything, and you charge for that people will buy it. And then when they get in your program, you need to service them. How do you do that? 2 calls a week, record them on Zoom, put them in do exactly what I do with you guys. You're here, you're paying. So you need an attraction model, okay? Where do you want to post? Just figure out where the hell you want to post and just start posting. Who gives a shit?
Well, so I'm like getting people coming in asking me how to do AI stuff on LinkedIn. Like people
Okay.
are just cold DMing me already.
Why?
Well, in my case, it's because I took a LinkedIn course and figured out how to use LinkedIn the right way. So it's not really because I'm posting. You really only want to post 3 times a week. Well, see, that's I like know this stuff. I know LinkedIn. I know a little bit of LinkedIn. I know a little bit of YouTube. I know a little bit of email marketing and stuff. But then that's also holding me back. I'm like, maybe I know a little too much of everything. Should I just teach people? That's what I'm comfortable teaching people is this is how it all connects. And like, this is how you build a web. And like, you're over here and over here. And this is how you communicate on Facebook versus on TikTok versus on Instagram. And this is how you become like a personality on these places. So that's
So
what I'm
here-
helping. Yeah.
Here's I think what we need to get clear on is you need to number one, let's get you clear on what you want to do. Okay. Like what's your goal? How much money do you want to make per month? Money is something that we can track it because it's math, right? So like what is a number that if you were making this amount of money, you would be like, damn, for right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, getting over $20,000 would be really crazy, but I'm like stuck in this little loop. Like, oh, I need to hit this imaginary breakpoint of, I don't know, like $3,800. $800. I'll be like, oh, this works, and that's
No,
that's
let's just do it. Let's just try this. This might help a lot, okay? And I think this is going to help a lot of people. How much do you want to make per month recurring?
yeah. Like you said, 20,000, 50,000.
All right. 20,000. That's the goal for the next for 2023. Our goal is getting you to 20 grand a month, monthly recurring revenue. Okay. And when we get there, we'll look down the road and see what's next. How much do you want to charge for this product, your community?
I was thinking on that a lot, and what would get me to move to want to like share my knowledge is if they were paying 157, maybe 97, but for some reason I'm like stuck on thinking, okay, if they are willing to pay 157, those are like, that filters out some of the people who won't really take it seriously.
I don't think we need to worry about those kind of things right now. I would say charge something that you're confident charging.
Okay.
There's people right now with paid communities on Skool that charge $10 a month and are making over 100 grand a month.
That's also a good point.
So you also have to think about like, how much are people willing to pay for something like that?
Yeah.
And you can always increase the price. You can do whatever you want with the price. So let's start removing some of the things that are in the way here. So 20,000 a month. What if you charged $47? Who gives a shit about who's going to take it serious and all this other crap? Forget about that crap. Okay.
Yeah.
$47 a month, $97 a month, charge $97, charge exactly what I charge, $597 a year or $97 a month. Okay. Or you could do 67, 77. It doesn't matter. 99, 97. I would say, let's just pick one. Andrew Tate charges $49 a month. And he's over 100,000 people paying that.
Yeah. Yeah. And along those lines too, I did the coaching program with Cardone for a little bit, and you get his online community, his little sales training thing, which is great. And a coach, which you meet with once a week for an hour. And they only talk about mindset. They only talk about like sales and like hitting your own list, like your power base of people in your phone, right? They charge $2,500 a month for that. And like so yeah, I know the ranges it could go.
But
And
you can get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You can get there.
Yeah. And I charge
Okay.
one person $2,500 for coaching weekly Zoom calls with me. So like this has been a long time figuring this out, but it's starting to come together.
So let's just think about this then. Let's just pick a number and let's find out if we're wrong.
Okay.
Okay. So 20,000 a month is the goal. Do you want to charge 97 a month and 597 a year like I do?
Yeah.
Okay. There's your price points. Done. We're not thinking about this. We're not changing it. We're not contemplating it. We're not wondering. Let's go fuck it up. Let's go see if it doesn't work. Let's go prove it wrong. Let's go fail. Let's fail. It's okay.
Yeah.
Or there's only two things that are going to happen. It's either going to work or you're going to learn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I failed from inaction enough. So
Okay. So 97 a month, 597 a year. They get 50% off. If they buy it for the year. Cool. 20,000 a month. How many people do you need in your membership area to let's not worry about the 597 per year. Okay. Let's just talk about the 97 a month. All right. How many of those do you need to have in there? To be making
206.
20 grand a month.
Just 200 people. Basically.
200 people. Okay. So that's the goal. 200 people. Okay. So that's the goal by the end of this year, 200 people in your Skool program. Okay. 97 a month, 597 a year, or you could just do 97 a month. That's fine. It's more money at the end of the year anyway. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now you're going to have a community. Obviously, you're going to have a static program in there that gets them from point A to point B. If they follow the steps in the curriculum, they will get from A to B. Okay. What are they going to get? Where are they trying to get? What do they want to get? Why do they want to be a part of the community? What's in it for them?
Yeah. Using the internet to make money.
Okay. Perfect. So you're going to teach people how to make money using the internet. You're going to charge $97 per month. Your goal is 200 people. So if we back this out, okay. So let's call it, let's just call it June, July, August, September, October, November, December. We've got 7 months. So 7 months to the end of the year, 200 divided by 7. You need to get 28 members a month. Okay. 28 members a month. So we're trying to get 28 members a month. How many leads do we need to have for this? Well, we know if it's 1 to 5%, these are real numbers. If we had 1,000 leads times 1%, that's 10 people that you'd have signed up. So we need 2,000 leads a month. 2,000 leads a month divided by 30, that's 66 leads a day. You beg, borrow, steal, do whatever you can to get as close to 66 leads a day as possible into your funnel, where you're offering a membership to XYZ group, your paid subscription community, where they'll get access to a program that they can take that's 9 pillars, 27 modules, whatever it is. Okay. Just put a program back there, whatever the hell it is, 6 weeks, 9 weeks, whatever. Okay. I would just do the 9 weeks, 3 modules per week, or 3, the pillars, weeks, all the same shit. Okay. Let's say you have 9 pillars with 3 modules each. You're going to get them from point A to point B. I don't want you to worry about anything else. And how are you going to get those leads? Well, you're going to go live. You're going to post on YouTube, long form. You're going to post short form content from the long form. And you're going to email your list. And you're going to get on 2 weekly Q&A calls. And you're going to talk to the people that are paying you, just like I'm doing with you right now. And you're going to help them, just like I'm trying to do with you right now. You're going to record it. You're going to put it in the program, just like I do, just like I will after this. That's it. You're going to call it something simple. You're going to share your story and why you're doing this. And you're not going to worry about anything else. You're not going to change anything else. Go prove that out. Go let that work or learn. Do you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely.
And just do the shit and be the biggest failure you've ever seen or the biggest success. But one way or another, you're going to come out of that with gold either way. It's either going to flop on the ground like a dead fish and curl up and die, and who gives a shit? Keep going, learn from it, do a new one, do something different. Where did it break?
Yeah, I failed a ton of times. You should see my Facebook page, all the failed businesses I made. Like I have like 100 Facebook pages that I tried to do something with and they just fell flat on their face. So I'm comfortable doing that.
Yeah, so let's just do it again, but now we've got a plan that's completely different here.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I'm not lying. Get this shit together. Get the funnel together. You know how to build the funnel. Okay. It's not hard. Get the damn funnel together. On the home page or the landing page, offer them something for free that they're going to want. I offer this thing in a training video that just shows it. And I'm going to even recreate that stuff too. Everybody's like, oh, but I just got your thing. What is it? No, that's what I want you to understand is not what makes this work for me is not like it needs to be more simple than it is now. What makes this work is that when I get on live or when I share my content, that's what gets people going. That's where they're like, oh shit, I want to do this. And then what I do is I literally just show them exactly how it works, where it works, why it works, the whole 9 yards. And they want to do it. And they see what's going on. And so that's what I want you to do. And each day, the big thing that you need to focus on, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, I'm not there with you, okay? But I kind of am now, all right? You need to have not a list of non-negotiables that happens each and every day. You understand? And that is between whatever your schedule is, okay? Whatever that is. Whatever your schedule is, okay? 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Me, now I don't have a job. I don't need to do other shit to make money. So it's different, but I had to get there. It wasn't always that way. But by 9 o'clock, my goal from 9 to 1, okay, this is kind of in my brain what I do here, okay? From 9 to 1, I'm working. What am I doing when I'm working? Well, the first thing I do when things get kicked into gear here, they're slowly kicking back into gear, okay? Now that I'm done with chaos mode. I put out, my first thing is I like to do the daily gravity in the morning. You know why? Because it gets my juices flowing. It gets my brain opened up. It gets me talking. I'm kind of loosened up. Okay. And I put that in my group. All right. So daily gravity happens here. That I just shoot it off the cuff. I want to pull from my raw jelly ball in my skull and figure out, you know, what did I do previously to this moment in my life that helped me that I can share with my group in the sense and direction of getting a paid community going and working, right? So I do my daily gravity. Right after that, I want to do my long form YouTube video. And then I want to post that on YouTube, and I want to post it in my email. I want to broadcast that out to my email using my little value train process. Okay. And then I want to take that video and I want to chop out 3 to 5 short form videos that I can then post on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. As soon as that is complete, I go live at 1 o'clock. I'll do that for an hour to 2 hours, depending on how it's going. If it's a shitty live, I wrap it up and I'm out. Okay. If it's going and a pumping and a jumping, then I'll go until the fizzle goes out. Okay. Everything goes like this. Okay. Everything is, there's an apex, and then everything is like this, right? So, all right. After the live, I typically eat some food. I go do something outside. I clear my brain. I will ride my bike, do something physical, just to whatever. Okay. In the morning here, I like to work out, get just from like 6 to 9 is my time where I shower, shove some food in my face. I go outside. I just kind of like,
The
whatever.
maintenance of the human body.
Yeah, I'm just being myself. And then from here to here, okay, I'm trying to improve my program, service my customers, and think without looking at what everybody else is doing. Just honestly think about the first principles of what it is that I'm building and doing. And I'm trying to optimize and enhance my message, my program, my whatever. Okay. And then after about 5, 6-ish, I do whatever the fuck I want to do. And then I go to bed. Okay. You need to figure out what this little world looks like for you. What is this? Set one up, even if it's not perfect, but get it set up and just start taking action on it. Okay. But this right here, and then having something to send them to, a landing page that where when they opt in, they can sign up, right? If you do that, man, every single day from, let's say, I'll give you the rest of this, let's say till Monday or, whatever, the 15th, I don't give a shit. Till the 15th, get your shit set up. Get it as basic as humanly possible. I'm talking your VSL should be a 1-page doc where you're saying who it's for, what you do, why it works, how it is. Here's the 9 pillars. Okay. I've got an example of it inside of Build Lab right now of how you can do that. Okay. And then have a landing page where you've got it. You can have something like this if you want. It's a freaking PDF file, brother. And I've got some links with some pictures on it. You can do whatever for it. This works. This is a proven thing. This actually generates more leads when I start waving this shit around. Okay. And in that, this whole thing is designed when they go in here and click the links here, this one goes straight to the funnel so they can buy. But when they go in here and click these other links, it's in hopes that when they look at those other videos and click on those other links, that they're going, oh, I see how this works. Yeah, I could do this. And then I'm always doing call to actions to get them to go buy. Okay. So have something to offer them. Model me as close as you can, because what I do works. I'm not saying it can't be done better and that people aren't doing it better. Okay. There's certainly always that. But this does work. And then spend that time getting your message. You should be posting as much as humanly possible, because you've got to get that, you got to get your throat activated. You got to start singing. You have to start, throwing the ball so you can figure out how to throw it more accurately. You know what I mean? You got to get those reps in. And you've got to just say, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I don't give a shit if I screw up. I don't care about anything. My goal is to help the people that I can help get the help that they need. That's your only concern. I don't care about anything other than helping you guys succeed. I really don't give a shit what anybody on live says. I don't care. The president of the United, all the world leaders could come into a room and say, Mike, you're a fucking idiot. And I would really not give a shit at all. I have zero shits. Why would, who gives a damn? Because when I die, not them. And everything else that's not me helping my customer get to their, where I said I could help them get to, I don't care about anything. Like, that's the core mission. Because if I do that and I make the product solid and I get them there, everything else takes care of itself. And then pretty soon you have case studies and you can start talking about those things to people. You can say, hey, look what Bajan did. I had this guy Bajan. He was he'd done a lot of things, failed, didn't know really where he's going. Now here in 2023, June 8th, he decided to he burned the boats, cut the bridge, drew a line in the sand. And by December, he had 200 members in his Skool community paying him $97 a month. He's helping them make money online. And he reached his goal. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm going to interview him. You can check it out on my YouTube channel. Go check out his group. Go learn about his group. You get more people get more understood about what this thing is. Does this make sense?
Yeah. I've seen lots of success stories on different testimonials, different online e-learning businesses. And I'm like, yeah, that looks cool, but for some reason I don't see myself. But now I'm like, why not me? Why can't it be me being the success story? Like going from nothing to making 300,000 in a year, to, 20,000 in a month. Like,
it's
I've
not a
seen
question whether you can or can't do that.
Yeah.
That's not a question. That's 100,000% possible. There's no doubt at all. And that's just the beginning of it. The thing that needs to happen, though, is this right here. Like I had right here. This needs to happen right here.
Yeah.
You need to design this clock of yours that you have. And it's a non-negotiable. Like, you brush your teeth every day, right? Nobody has to tell you to do that. You've decided that it's important enough that it's not like you're just like, fuck it, I'm not going to do it today. It happens. Right? You eat every day.
Yeah.
When this becomes like brushing your teeth important and eating important and sleeping important, you'll have it. Because this is not a problem of, does Bajan have the skills? Does Bajan have the energy? You can see, you can walk, you have both your freaking hands, you can communicate, you're a decent, person. You're like a human being that you look great, you can smile, you can have fun, you can decide to do shit. This isn't like a capabilities problem. This is I'm not making it important problem. And the reason I'm not making it important is because somewhere in your head, you are telling yourself some story about whether you're worthy of it or not. And this is a simple equation. Like I heard Layla Hermosi say the other day, she goes, I don't give a shit how you feel about it. If you eat in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight. I don't care how you feel about it. That's how
Yeah,
this thing
I heard
is.
that one too.
That's how this thing is, though. It's not a matter of, does this model work? Do people buy this stuff? That's not the question. This stuff happens it's happening every second of every day for somebody.
I've done it hundreds of times myself. I've bought all kinds of things.
You're here right now.
Yeah, so I know it works.
So it's just, you have to get into you have to have your conversion system. That's your 4-page funnel. You've got follow-up emails that you'll continue to add. You're going to email your list. You're going to broadcast email your list. And then you're going to have your inside of your funnel, you've got a page they can pay you at. And when they pay you, they get access to your program, right? You're going to have a program in there, that a static program, a community. It'll start with 1 person, then 2 people, then 3 people. This is how it goes. And then you're going to get in there and work with them every day. You're going to ask them questions. What do they need? What are you guys struggling with? How can I help you? Because you're going to get on a call on Monday and let's say Wednesday, or Monday and Thursday, whichever day you want. And you're going to have calls like we're doing right now, and you're going to help your people. And then when they have success, you're going to tell the world about it. You're going to explore it with the person that had the success to learn more, so that you know how to make that happen again. And then you're going to, each day, like the brushing your teeth, eating food, going to sleep, non-negotiable, you're going to post content on the internet, sharing with people what it is that you have to help them, and who it's for, and why you're doing it, and why this is so important for the people that it's for. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 1000%.
And don't focus on a goddamn thing else. That's it. You just focus on that. There's not, oh, well, what about, nothing else. I'm not focused on nothing else but Build Lab. There's nothing else in my brain that I'm trying to do other than that. Because when I get this thing to a couple thousand members, and it's doing a couple 100,000 a month, then I'll have, number one, an incredible community of people that I can then harvest people for the next level of stuff. I will become even more of a person that I'm trying to become, to be able to help them. Then I'll worry about that shit. Let's get to one thing first, right?
Yeah.
I believe in you, like, more than you fucking know. Like, this isn't hypey, blow smoke up your ass bullshit. This is, I want you to be able to build a life that you can be proud of. And I want you to know that it's right here in front of you the moment you decide to build that schedule and stick to that thing, because it's non-negotiable. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. I actually,
You do that?
yeah, I was really terrible at it. Well, no, like I just had never had a schedule before. And in the past few weeks, I really figured out, okay, how do I use a schedule? How do I use a calendar? So I prepped myself for it, basically. And now knowing this little calendar, the clock, I mean, like, I'm just gonna shove that into my
You don't
pre-existing
need
schedule.
Evernote. You don't need
Yeah.
fucking some app.
Yeah.
You need a piece of paper with a circle on it, and cut it into pie pieces, and then say, in this pie piece from 9 to 10 a.m., whatever your schedule, whenever it can happen, from here to here, I'm doing this every day, like clockwork. And then in this piece of pie, every day, like clockwork, I'm posting and getting it done there. And you're watching yourself and you're like, no, you can't fuck around like that, because then you pretty soon, like, sometimes I want to like do more edits, or I want to like go deeper with it. And I'm like, you can't. And so through that constraint, I get more creative, and I make it punch more with simplicity. I'm like, Mike, you have to keep it to one sentence, or you have to keep it to 1 minute, or you have to keep it to 10 minutes. You can't add all this stuff. You're going to cut the front and the back off of the video, and you're going to do that shit. And it's just doing the boring shit over and over and over and over and over, just like I say all the time. Kobe Bryant, over and over and over, and that's why he's the GOAT. Tom Brady, why is he throws a goddamn football, but he throws it over and over, and he's so good at it, right? Or was, or whatever. Name one person that's the GOAT that doesn't do what they do over and over and over again. So the moment you get into that, then everything opens up. So you have to set a time, like my son. It doesn't matter what the fuck is going on. And this is where I take my hat off to him. It doesn't matter what kind of fun party shit's going on. It doesn't matter if we're having a pool party at the house, if there's food and cupcakes and snacks and shit all over the place. He says no. And he goes out and he'll run, like tomorrow or some shit. He's going to do this crazy workout. Him just telling me what he was going to do. Like, I'm going to do like 10 800s at a 4-minute pace. I'm going to do a mile repeat. Then I'm going to run a mile there, come back, do 200, all this shit. I'm like, what the, like, it sounded so hard and like strenuous. And like, I was just like, damn, if I went and did that, it would freaking kill me because I'm so out of shape. But he'll do that shit no matter what. His friend, I mean, it doesn't matter if his friend's like, hey man, let's go have fun. He's like, no, I got to go do this training. And he goes, but this is why he's going to a D1 school and he's going to be the guy and do shit. And it's like, through that constraint and discipline, and through that, like sheer, like he's got this ambition to be the best, right? Not that it's like he needs to be the best. He wants to just be the best that he can be, right? Just like you should just strive to be the absolute best that you can be. Who gives a fuck what that is or where you end up? That's not the point. Dancing is not, the point of dancing is not to arrive at a certain place on the floor. The point of dancing is to dance. The point of what we're doing is to just help as many people as humanly possible. You don't stop at 1,000. You just keep helping people, right? So what you're doing is you're saying, okay, each day I'm going to be posting because I want people to know about how this can help them. I want to learn about how this can help me. I want to be as good as I can get at this so that I can get people results as quickly as possible. You don't need to look at anything else as far as like, you don't need to take all these goddamn notes and shit like that. You know the basis of this, okay? You need to attract people. How do we do that? We put videos out there. What do we do then? Well, we've got to tell them to go to our funnel. So we got to get people on an email list, and we got to keep talking to them over and over and over and over about this basic thing so that they get it well enough and open up to it and can see that it's possible for them. And then we make an encouraging, good offer that's like it's $97 I'm charging. If you can't muster 97, well, damn it, it's just not for you right now. Okay. And I'm just focusing on trying to get people to understand this paid subscription community thing. And you're going to do, that's all you focus on. And the world will open up to you. Just like if my son goes and like, if he just goes and be the best he can be, and he busts his ass as hard as he can, and he keeps his nose clean, and he stays disciplined on a schedule, that shit's going to open up so many doors. He's not even going to, he won't even, his problem will be, you know, which great door do I go through? Same thing happened with you. You focus on this and just get 200 people by the end of this year, and you just have that, it's just something to focus on. It's a goal. It doesn't mean shit. It's not going to make you better or worse. You're going to learn so much through the process. You're going to make the money. You're going to be like, you won't even give a shit, because you'll be so obsessed with helping them make their life better. And if you do that and you get to this, now you've got another story. Now you've got this experience, and all these opportunities will open up. And you'll have a different kind of power and perspective. You'll have a different freedom with your time that allows you to be even better. You'll become this person you don't even know yet. That's a great thing. And you're going to be somebody that's going to inspire and help other people. And what a great life. But it all just boils down to, are you going to take action on those pieces of pie that you segmented out of each day?
Yeah, those actions are really easy. It's just getting just remembering to be clear on it. So that's the thing that's,
And trust
helping
yourself
the most.
more.
Yeah.
Just start talking. What's the worst that's going to happen?
Yeah.
I mean, for real, like, what is the worst thing that could happen?
Well, for me, it's I get on there and I just forget what I'm doing, and that's like the biggest problem that I face.
Okay, so if you forget what you're doing, I would say that preparation will help a little bit. When
Yeah.
you get on there, just say, I don't give a fuck what anybody says to me. I don't care what happens. I, in this video, am only going to talk about how I, not how they need to, but how I generate leads, how I make a landing page, how I create a program, how I create a community. You're just sharing perspectives, aha moments, examples, and you're telling stories about things that you've seen out there. Man, I watched this guy, Grant Cart. You could talk about anybody where you're sharing a perspective, you're sharing a story where they go, oh, now okay, I get it. All right. And just focus on one thing. Simplify. The reason that there's like no action happening, and the reason all this shit's happening this way, is plain and simple. You're fucking just confused. What's happening is you've got this shit going on. You've got the classic thing that I failed with is you're making an inch of progress in all these different directions when you just need to find the main thing, which we found, by the way, and you need to just go all in on that. And instead of making an inch in progress in all these directions, every day you're going to make 8 inches of progress. Remove all the shit. You don't need it. You need a funnel. You need an offer, which you have. You need your community, your school community, where your course, your community, and your calendar is in there. Start building your program. Screw the program up. This is what holds people back. I'm not shitting you. The biggest problem is, well, what if I fuck up the program and it's not good? Well, what if you do? Is it better than nothing?
Yeah, for me, it's like not knowing what to record, to sit down and record for that hour of time. But
Share
I
what
solved
you're
that.
doing.
Yeah, I solved that.
Here's what I did. Share what you're doing.
Yeah. And also I'm getting more clear, like this call was huge. It helped me really get more clear on like, oh, what I did was when I worked at that other place, I got them 300 YouTube subscribers just posting YouTube shorts. And like, that's valuable for someone who works in a business that wants to be better at content. And that like,
How'd
that's
you do it?
Yeah, I did it
That's
by
what
just
you talk
editing.
about. Hey, guys, in this video, I'd like to share with you how I got this company over here 300 YouTube subscribers. So if you're wanting to get YouTube subscribers, I want to just share something that I did that worked that you might be able to learn from. So the first thing I did was,
Yeah, I'm thinking I need to just share everything that I think to myself, damn, it's so easy. Why aren't they doing it for their business? Like I know hella business owners and they're not doing this stuff. I'm like,
the key
if I could
thing
just
is
explain to them.
when you go out there to do this content and emails, I want you to just say, keep this in mind. Not you should, or you do this. Here's what I did. And keep it that simple. And don't downplay 300 subscribers. You're not trying to teach Alex Hermosi how to get email or YouTube subscribers. You're teaching the guy that has just doesn't even have a YouTube channel and he wants to start a YouTube channel. That's who you're talking to. Know who your context is everything. You don't wear a tuxedo when you go to swimming. You wear swimming clothes to go swimming. Context is everything. So when you get out there to talk, remember you're talking to the person that has no flipping clue how to do this. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And forget about everything else. You're not comparing against me or anyone. You're just trying to be the best version of Bajan, and you're trying to build a business that helps people that don't know how to do what you do know how to do. And you're going to be non-negotiable. You're not going to write a bunch of notes about shit.
Yeah, no,
that's do a bunch
that's
of bullshit.
Yeah.
You're going to every day I need to put out, and you're going to think about it like moving blocks. These blocks every day have to go from over here to over here. What are those blocks? Well, I need to put out a YouTube video that's around 10 minutes long about one thing that I did that I'm going to help people with every day. Well, that's going to be hard, man. Editing video. No, you're not going to, you're going to shoot it one clean shot. You're just going to do it in one take, chop the front and the back off and post the fucking thing. Nobody gives a shit about edits.
Yeah. Yeah, no, those
They
videos
do in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But not in what we do. You're going to shoot a clean video, chop the front and the back off. If you can't do that consistently, what on God's green earth makes you think that you're going to be able to do it consistently making this fancy bullshit?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So every day we're going to shoot one video, one take. If you spit up some drool on your chin, just wipe it off. Be like, dude, what the fuck? That's crazy. Anyway, what I was saying is, and you're going to shoot it and not worry about anything. And then you're going to take that video and take another hour of your time now and be like, how can I chop out 30-second, 20-second, 1 minute? I've got to get 5 chunks out of this 10-minute video or 20-minute video, whatever, 10, 20 minute, whatever. I got to get 3 to 5 chunks of 30-second to 1 minute content out of this and post it on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. In my TikTok profile, I'm going to have a link to my funnel. In my YouTube description and page and on my profile, I'm going to have a link to my funnel. Nowhere else, just a link to your funnel everywhere on all your profiles. On Instagram, you're going to have a link in your profile that just says, hey, if you guys want to learn more about how I help people make money on the internet, you can go here and watch this free training and download my free blueprint. Okay. If that doesn't work after a shitload of people go there and see it, then we'll adjust things. There's not a lot to adjust, so it's really easy to optimize. Everything that you have is just going to have a profile link and a call to action in the profile that sends them straight to your funnel. Everything leads to the funnel. And then you're going to just every day move those blocks over. Block number 1, 10 to 15 minute YouTube video shot in one take, cut the front and the back off, put it on the YouTube channel, email it out to my list. Take that video, chop it into 3 to 5 30-second to 1-minute chunks, post those on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. When that's done, then my chores are done for the day on that. And now I'm going to go live for an hour. And whatever you talked about in your long form video that day is what you're going to talk about and share with people on your live. So you're going to say, guys, today I created a video on my YouTube channel. You can go check it out. And I was talking about how you create a landing page, how you come up with a good headline. And so I want to talk to you guys about that. So if you have any questions about that, I'd like to help you with that. And listen, the reason why I do this is because I created a program that teaches people how to make money online. And I've always wanted to help people do this because I always wanted to figure this shit out myself because I like to be able to work from anywhere, yada, yada, yada. And so one of the things that you have to do in there is have a landing page. So today, I just want to talk to you guys about that. Now, if you have questions about anything else regarding, online business or, funnels or building a digital product or getting people into your program, you're more than welcome to ask. And if some of you don't have the time, there's a link up in my profile where you can check out a free training and download a guide that I have that'll help you find out if this is for you or not. All right. So what I did is I created this video. Now, the basis of the video, and you tell that story. After about an hour, we're working with time here. After about an hour, you shut the shit off. I seen a guy the other day. He's the CEO or some shit of Gymshark or whatever. He was on Wisdom podcast or something. I was listening to it. I had to drive like an hour and 20 minutes. That's the only time I listen to that kind of shit is if I'm driving along. I'll try to listen. The people that I try to listen to, okay. Now I listen to garbage shit sometimes, and I'll flip through TikToks mindlessly sometimes because I'm a fucking human, and I'll listen to music and do all that shit. Okay. I do that too. I shit like you. I put pants on like you, all that other crap. Okay. But when I listened to that and he said, you know what? He's like, I was so impressed by this guy. He goes, there was a group of people down there to see him and he could have stayed up all night and drank. But when it hit 9 o'clock, he got up, slid his chair in, and he went to bed and he prepared for the next day. He goes, that level of discipline blew my mind and inspired me. And I thought, well, it's blowing my mind too and inspiring me. And I thought, wow, how about that? I like that. So when I do listen to that shit, I try to just listen to CEOs talk, right?
Yeah.
Like Elon, all those guys. I like to listen to them. And I'm just listening to and watching how they manage themselves and how they control their behavior and how they use discipline in their approach to communication and what they're talking about. And then, of course, the things that they say. But I try to keep that nil because you learn more when you sit in a blank room and have to figure something out. That's when you really learn, by doing shit, right? So after you go live, I then want you to say, okay, well, I'm going to put another module into my program. I'm just going to build it. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be there's going to be 20 versions of this module at some point because I'm going to keep making this module better and better and better. Okay. In Build Lab, I just look at Build Lab as these 27 modules that every single day I'm thinking about how can I improve these freaking things so that they're more efficient, faster, easier to understand, less abstraction in them so that you don't have to decode some shit to figure it out. And how can I make it more click, 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 click? Because that's, people think, well, everybody does that. There's 10 courses on that. I don't give a shit. Those ones are complicated or they don't make sense or they couldn't, they could be doing it so much better in one way, shape, or form. And so it's not like you're just trying to make it better and better and better and better and better. That's it. There's restaurants all over the planet.
Yeah, I just need to explain it the way that I'm already explaining it to all these people. I just need to film it and, well, it's like, it's really easy. I just need to imagine I'm talking to them in the screen. That's it. Like I'm
To
explaining.
the one person,
Yeah,
and you're
Yeah.
trying to help them do it. And,
Yeah.
I just, the reason I'm coming at you like this is because I really fucking care about you. And I really want you to get this because I see this in you. And I know you have this in you. And I know that you can do this. But what you have to do is you're going to have to play this game with yourself called, I don't fucking care. And I know that sounds basic and simple, but you cannot worry about if the video sounds right.
no,
or
I'm
you said
already
it
good with that. Like
correctly.
that. Yeah, no, I'm already good with that. It's just like remembering the simple steps. Like that's like, this is super helpful for me because I just needed a picture of what the day looked like.
And keep
Like,
it simple. Like when
yeah.
you go to explain something, you can only do it in 3 things, like rule of 3, right?
Yeah.
So just how do I get this point across? I got 3 points that I can make or 3 things. And if you need more, you'll put more in it. But like,
Yeah, that I think I'll have to work on to get really good at because I'm not the best at keeping it simple when I explain stuff. So I'll work, like I'll get better at that, but like
yeah.
right now I'm not great at it.
But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to remove all reasons why it doesn't happen.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not that you can't focus. We just got to get all the distractions out of the room.
Yeah.
You can focus really good if I set you in a white room with no windows and no other color inside of it. And then I hand you a freaking apple.
No, I've
You'll
actually,
focus on that apple the whole fucking time.
Yeah. if it was an Apple, I'd definitely focus on that.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So you got to do that with your program, with everything, your marketing, your time, everything. Just remove shit so that you don't have a choice.
Yeah. I think for me, it's like when I do some action and it just makes me frustrated and I'm like, oh, what was the point of doing that? Like it didn't have any result. But this is really a lot of clarity right here. And it's like, oh, it makes sense. It all fits together. It's like do this, then do this, then do this. And it all has a clear picture at the end.
Like, man, I mean, I'm super fucking proud of you for a couple things. Number one, you've shown up. My God, what is that worth?
Yeah.
So that I'm super proud of. Number two, you're very coachable. And that's really something to be proud of because that's very hard to be coachable. Okay. And then number three, I can tell that you have a deep, like, emotional, passionate, like urge to be more and do more and become more. And I feel that with you. And so you've got the plan. Now you just have to do everything in your power to take action on it. And I don't know if it's, you need to maybe every day in the group, use that wins section and be like, put out my video. Here's the link. Here's the link to my 5 shorts that I put out and fucking tag me in it. And if you have to tag me 365 times in a row every day in the wins section because you got that done, I guarantee you both of us will be fucking shooting Roman candles and popping confetti at the end of the year because you'll have well over 200 members.
Yeah.
And you'll have this incredible story. You'll have this experience and this wisdom that you can share with those people, and you can change like everything for you and your family, and everything around you will change.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my why. That's like
All
one of the-
because you helped people.
Yeah. All right. One of those non-negotiables that has been working for me though is
I'm wrapping up.
yeah, I'm about to go to sleep because
Yeah.
it's 9:30 here, and I usually have been waking up at 5 a.m., which is great. So
Good. Yeah. But what I'd like you to do is make your clock thing
Yeah.
post that in the group in the wins or something, tag me in it, please. And I want you to have something like that until this becomes just pure behavioral habit thing. Not that you can't do it, but you're
Yeah.
going to show other people that there is a way to do it. I think you'll learn a lot with it. I know that this is hard. That stuff can be really hard because it's like, ah,
Yeah,
it's
like I
that
have
kind of
this,
thing.
I have this right here, and I was like, well, you can't see it because it's blurred
Yeah.
out. But I was thinking I could just take a picture of that because that's basically it. But in my mind, I was like, oh no, I have to recreate it and then post it. But I think I'm just gonna post this because
But I want to hold you accountable because I know that once you get this rhythm going, you're going to take off like a freaking rocket. And it's like, whatever has to happen, I want to be here to help you. Like, I want you to get this.
Yeah.
So
No, this call was huge. Like this.
I just really want this for you. And I want publicly, I want to hold you accountable to this in a positive, fruitful, like ambitious way, because I know what it can do for you. And if that means every day, once you post your video, post the goddamn thing in the group under the wins section, put it in the wins category, and just be like, my daily thing, whatever you want to call it, your daily dues. I call it the 4 daily actions, or the, my needle movers, like when you get them done.
Yeah.
And you're going to have days, man. I mean, shit. You're going to have days where it just, gets blown out. It don't work.
Yeah.
But
There might be 2 days a week where I have to take my dad over to his little Glen Burnie place in Maryland. It's where all the car dealer guys, they all hang out. And I'm like,
yeah.
I go with him because I learned so much about business. So that's fun for me.
Yeah. Well, just
Those
on
2
those
days.
days, adjust the clock. It doesn't matter necessarily. Like, it's just, it's kind of like this. On those days that you do that with him, you still brush your teeth and eat.
Yeah.
Just think about it like that, because if you can start thinking about it like that, everything will change. When you make it that important, everything will change.
Yeah.
So figure out how to trick yourself into doing that.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
Tomorrow's
I
the
brush my
first one.
teeth. Just do it at different times.
Yeah. I'll adjust it.
I believe in you, man.
You're gonna see something cool in my community pretty soon.
Dude, I'm freaking jacked about it. I really am. I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Because I want to make an example out of you too, man.
Yeah. And this is gonna be a cool, like, before and after video.
It is. It is. All right, my man. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. Captain, if you don't got anything, we're gonna roll. So you have a good weekend. I want to see some stuff. Show me some stuff. Give me a plan. I want to see this plan laid out. You've got the plan, though.
Yeah, it's already laid out.
All right, brother.
All right. Enjoy
All right.
Oregon
Yep.
or Washington.
Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
See ya.
All right, bye.